I hope you're ready for this challenge, because most truck drivers fall short. I'm not saying that to be harsh. I'm saying it because I've seen drivers, and I'm talking about guys and gals with years of experience, get logbook and ELD violation tickets for breaking rules they thought they knew. Today, we're going to test your knowledge with 4 questions that will get progressively tougher as we go. Each will be worth 1 point. Question 5 is the bonus question, and it's worth 5 points. This challenge will make even the most veteran drivers think twice. Today we have Earl, Frank, and Dale ready at the podiums, and they think they know their stuff. So play along and keep score. Let's find out right now whether you actually know your ELD logbook rules or whether you just think you know those rules.
Question 1. And we're starting with something every CDL holder should know without even thinking about it. So here we go. Under FMCSA regulations, how many miles does your truck travel down the road before that ELD is required to automatically record where you are at? According to Earl, the answer is every 60 miles. Meanwhile, Frank says the correct answer is every 10 miles while driving. And finally, Dale's answer is every hour, regardless of distance.
Well, Frank had it right. That ELD must report your location every 10 miles when that vehicle is moving. Now here's why that matters and why it catches people off guard. Your ELD is not tracking just your hours. It's tracking your positioning as well. Under FMCSA rules, that ELD logging device must automatically record your vehicle's location at every startup, every engine shutdown, and every time the odometer rolls another 10 miles while you're driving down that highway.
Okay, so Frank gets on the board first. However, we got 4 more questions, and this next one is where the challenge starts to separate the drivers that really know their stuff. An ELD malfunctions during a trip. Under FMCSA rules, how many days does the motor carrier have to repair or replace that malfunctioning ELD unit? Earl says the answer is 8 days. Frank says no. The answer is 14 days. And finally, Dale's response is 5 days.
Okay, Earl ties it up. The correct answer is 8 days. And pay attention to this one, because I've seen carriers get hit with violations specifically because they did not know this window. When your ELD goes down, for any reason, the driver goes back to using paper logs immediately, handwritten records of duty status from that moment forward. And the carrier or owner-operator has exactly 8 calendar days to get that unit repaired or replaced with a compliant device. We are tied up, with Frank and Earl each sitting with 1 point apiece. Dale was still looking for his first correct answer. And for you drivers playing along, how are you doing so far? Because right here, question 3, is where the challenge gets a little bit tougher. This is the question where I see experienced drivers getting it wrong more often than not.
Okay, here we go with question 3. Guys who have been running under this mandate since day 1 still miss this one entirely. Under the ELD mandate, what is the only situation where a driver is legally exempt from the ELD requirement? Earl's answer is, a driver can use paper logs but no more than 8 days in any 30-day period. Frank says the correct answer is a driver operating a commercial vehicle made before the year 2000. Dale counters with a driver on a short-haul exemption operating within a 150 air-mile radius.
Okay, Frank nailed the correct answer. The only exemption is the pre-2000 model years. The ELD mandate requires that the device connect to the vehicle's ECM, which is the engine control module. Trucks with engines made before model year 2000 do not have compatible ECM architecture to support that connection. No compatible ECM, no ELD requirement. That's the exemption, and it's written in the mandate.
So far, Frank is in the lead with 2 correct answers. Earl has 1 correct, and Dale is sitting at 0, but there are 2 questions left, and this next one, question 4, is exactly the kind of detail that shows up on inspection reports when drivers least expect it. Here's question 4. When a driver switches from personal conveyance to on-duty status on an ELD, what must happen before that vehicle moves under on-duty operation? Earl's answer: the driver must manually plug in the PC entry with a location and reason before departure. Frank's answer: the ELD automatically switches duty status when the vehicle reaches 5 miles an hour. Dale's answer: the driver must change the duty status to on-duty or driving before the vehicle moves under regulated operation. Okay, Dale gets on board. The ELD does not flip automatically based on your speed. It does not sense that you switch from PC to on-duty driving on its own. That's on you, the driver, to make that change happen before you move. Personal conveyance is one of the single most misused and misunderstood statuses on any ELD, and inspectors know it. And real quick, do me a favor right now and hit that subscribe button. Okay, I told you at the start of this challenge that at least one of these questions was going to trip you up, and for log drivers watching this right now, this may be that question. All right, Frank leads with 2 correct answers. Earl and Dale both have 1. We have 1 question left, and it's the bonus question, and this is the one that is going to separate the drivers who truly know their ELD rules from everyone else in this challenge. Here it is. An ELD must be capable of transferring data to an authorized safety official during a roadside inspection. Under FMCSA rules, which 2 transfer methods must every certified ELD support? You are looking for the answer that correctly names both required methods, not one, both. Okay, drivers, let's see what you have. Earl's answer: telematics transfer and USB 2.0 local transfer. Frank says the answer is Bluetooth local transfer and email transfer. Dale's answer: telematics transfer and Bluetooth local transfer.
Okay, Dale closes it out with the correct bonus answer, and we end up with Frank and Dale each tied with 2 apiece. Earl finishes with 1. Solid effort from all 3 drivers. Here's why this bonus question matters and why it catches even the most experienced drivers off guard. Under FMCSA rules, every certified ELD device must support exactly 2 specific data transfer methods during a roadside inspection. Method 1 is a telematics transfer. That means your ELD can transmit your data wirelessly through a web service portal directly to a safety official's device. Method 2, Bluetooth local transfer. This one really matters at roadside inspections because if an officer asks you to transfer your ELD data and you do not know how to do it or your device is incapable of doing it, you got a major problem. Drop your score in the comments below. Tell me how many you got right out of the 5. And be honest, because if question 3 or the bonus question 5 caught you off guard, you're not alone. Those are the 2 that get people the most. I'm Jim Campbell. Stay safe out there and keep the shiny side up.